Hello and welcome to the Adelaide Footy League Division 1 action here. I'm Jad Goss and I'm here with Nathan here for round 18, a big round of footy coming up, of course, the final round of the home and away season before the finals, and we've got Port District versus St Peter's, a big game here that could have implications on the relegation as well as a team preparing to play finals, and they're going to want to have a big tune-up before that one. Nathan, welcome to today's game.
Thanks, Jad. Yeah, good to be here. Pretty nice day as well, no breeze to speak about, low 20s, and yeah, really excited about this game. Spock obviously coming off a big win last week, defeating the unbeaten Glenunga, and they've had success against Port Districts earlier in the year, so they'll be looking to take another big scalp and make sure that they avoid relegation. And as you said, if they lose and Tea Tree Gully beat Golden Grove, they could still go down, so they could finish anywhere from 6th to 10th. So yeah, huge ramifications on this game, as there is with a lot of other games today as well. Yeah, 100% good call. A very evenly matched bottom half of the Adelaide Footy League, and as you mentioned, a big win last week, beating Glenunga by 7 points. He previously undefeated Glenunga and beating Port District earlier in the year by 7 points as well. So that 7 points, the lucky number 7, could come in crucial with that win yesterday. About to start now, all the players lined up in the middle, looking to get underway. We'll keep our eyes on other games and other results, as they could definitely have implications on the end of this one. We see straight in the middle, Lysette versus Stuart Rattray. Tapped over the top by Stuart Rattray this time, and now the clearance coming from St Peter's towards Carruthers. Gathers it nicely with the left foot now, looking for the player on the lead. Good defensive action just to get in front of the player there, and it's going to be trying to run out defence here through Haynes. They're going to go backwards to go forward, and now the kick comes, and nicely taken mark by Carter. So Carter, halfback, comes down the wing here. Big fist over the back by Dinoff. Quick hands though. Allen does well. That was Hamish. Now George has got it. Harvey George, he's going to have a ping from about 45 across the face of goal. Johnny Reid clunks in a beauty. Bianco, mark of the day contender already. Had good position, stuck the left claw out, and he's clunked a great grab right in front of goals. And this could be the perfect start for St Peter's. Johnny Reid, he was good last week. Kicked a few goals, presented well. So for the ideal start for St Peter's, Johnny Reid comes in. Oh, umpire does a fair bit of work. He still has a little clap. Umpire coming back to the middle of the goals and says that's all clear. So St Peter's on the board early. Some good movement down the wing. Hamish Allen did well. Malachi Carruthers has got his hands on it early. He was great last week. Took home the Archie Songs, our sponsor today. And Johnny Reid there, great grab and a great start for the Spock Footy Club.
Yeah, well called, and very nice one-handed mark there by Reid. 3 goals last week, as you mentioned, and 25 goals for the season. He also went back and played defence for probably about half the year as well, so that 25 goals coming from probably half a year is good effort by him. We'll have a look at the goal kicking a bit later too, but at this stage they're looking to bring it forward again. A good hip and shoulder there. Fair play to the umpire. Plays it on. It's going to be the umpire's bowl. The crowd loving that physicality here at Largs Bay Reserve.
Great hit by Rodos, wasn't it?
Rodos,
hear the slap from here.
Very well called, yes, correct. And it's going to be a play on now. Another inside 50 coming from Carruthers over the top. Looking for the mark, not quite. The defence holds up nicely so far, but a good defensive tackle from the forward line means it's going to be wrapped up. It's going to be a stoppage about 25 metres out from the St Peter's goal. The early lead here, and a few minutes played into this first quarter. Big snap kicked away now, looking for the clearance towards the boundary line. They're trying to keep it in. Soccer kicked off the ground, nicely intercepted through the defence. And now Port District will look to bring it out. They do well to find Haynes. Of course, Joey Haynes. Long kick. Just lost the ball in the air a little bit. It's going to be Allen trying to put pressure on, but he does well just to use the pace towards Gray. Gray with the quick hands over the top to no one in particular. He goes in for seconds, and now looking to get it out of there through his teammates in Cockatoo Collins, but the kick just to no one in particular is going to be a boundary throw-in.
They've come to play spot. You can see early on their physicality is right up, isn't it? A couple of big hits, a couple of big hip and shoulders. So, throw in. This time it's Mackay and with Stuart Rattray over the back here. What can they do? Good little handball by Carpeney to Sam Gray. He's got a lot of pressure on him. The hurry kick goes to Carpeney. He has a bit of a fumble. Goes back on his left. On the leads, big Lycett down forward now. He tries to get a quick little handball out. Dwyer's there with Siney. He gets a quick kick forward, one-on-one in the square. Allen does well, the skipper. Ball comes out now to Colley. So Ed Colley, out of wing, good little kick. Fergus Carruthers on the lead, takes the mark, defensive 50. So some good defending there, one-on-one. Edward Allen, he was good last week as well, the skipper. So Fergus Carruthers, short little chip. Finds Charlie Allen. So a few Allens out there today. 3 Allens.
Yes.
Charlie, Hamish and Edward. So you can pick out Charlie with the long sleeve. So ball goes forward. Punch over the back by Haynes. Comes forward, Roses there. Charlie Allen again. Puts his head over it. Quick little handball out wide. George there. So was Malachi Carruthers. Picked up there by Jack Gaffney, and he's wrapped up in a tackle, and there'll be a throw up out of wing.
Ball goes up and comes back down, and now the midfield go at it again. Bit of congestion here, but they do well to find a handball to get the big kick long. Looking for a mark, but good defensive mark comes instead. Plays on quickly towards the middle of the ground. Does well to find his teammate in Hamish Allen this time. Chips forward nicely, cut off by Cockatoo Collins, and now he goes forward in his own respect, and over the back is Lycett. Gray sees him, decides he's going to go back and have a shot instead, maybe hesitate a little bit. The defence got back and manned him up, and now it's going to be Sam Gray having the shot from about 45 metres by the time he kicks it. Not too much of an angle, and obviously home ground advantage. He'll know the ground well and no wind to speak of. He'll back himself here. Looking for their first goal of the afternoon. Gray with 12 goals this season. Kicks it nicely just to the right. Stays right. No, it goes through, so it snuck in. He didn't celebrate too much, and the umpire moved a lot. Thought it just went out, but that's a good goal by him, and his first for the afternoon. His 13th for the season, and a much needed goal just to settle the nerves a little bit. They've come out firing. St. Peter's desperate to win, gets the first goal, more physical early, and does well there to just go back and nail it.
Yeah, good goal. Sammy Gray took it upon himself to kick the goal. Could have nearly played on. He had Lycett and Sharad there calling for it, but he said, I'll go back, pop this one through. So after all the early attacking from St. Peter's, Port Districts just get a steadier. 1 goal apiece here. Ball back in the middle. Stuart Rattray. Sam McKay. Ball goes down. Taken out of the middle by Higgins. Out wide. Harvey George is there. Handball to Allen. Ball smothered well though. Great smother there by the skipper, Davison. So throw in front of some of the St. Peter's faithful that have travelled down to Largs. Tapped by Lycett in front. Malachi Carruthers gets a quick kick forward. Oh, Gaffney does well. Didn't know what was coming, but stuck the mitts out, going back with the flight. Good mark to Rose. A short kick, so to Rose. So Matty Rose, former South Adelaide skipper. Doesn't have a lot on at the moment. Ruckman McKay gives him a lead. He ignores that and goes longer. Little shove there at the back. Edward Allen got in good position, couldn't take the mark. He's wrapped up in a tackle, gets a hurry kick forward. Picked up there by Gaffney, Cooper that is. Over to Rose, good running play here. Sharad now on the left. Goes through the middle, nice kick out in front of Cockatoo Collins. He's had some good early signs now. Nick Haynes is a beautiful long kick. Goes long, they like it. It's straight through the middle. So Nick Haynes running from defence. Once he got the ball in his hands from 50, he knew the distance would not be a problem. And Haynes kicks Port District second in a couple of minutes, and they go out to a 1-point lead. So yeah, Joseph Haynes, former South Adelaide player as well, came across with Matty Rose, and they've been influential in this Port District side.
2 goals in a row for Port District just to settle the nerves after the early one from St. Peter's. Back in the middle now. Stuart Rattray's been good early against Lysette this time. Lysette does well to use his strength, but the midfield takes advantage through Carruthers. He's been very good early as well. Kicks it shallow into the forward 50. It's going to be play on now. Good pressure by the defence there of Port District, and Gaffney getting involved. Spinning out of trouble, going to be caught high. Thought about the advantage, but going to go back to Gaffney. Fiery start early. Didn't expect anything less from St. Peter's after their good form, of course, beating Glenunga last week. The undefeated Glenunga at the time, giving them their first loss of the season, and now desperate to just find one more win to guarantee their success. They could still, obviously, avoid relegation with a loss. They'll just have to depend on some other results going their way, which is favourable. They've got a decent percentage as well, so we'll keep an eye on that. They progress forward now, looking for McGill. And now holding the ball, no play on, said the umpire. It goes back towards Facey, and now chipped towards to Cesare. Again, just a short chip, and now they're going to go long down the line. Can they find a mark here? Just can't, but they've got the numbers to put pressure on. Nice handball over the top, very clever that one, just to find that player that's a bit free. Does well to Carpenter. Carpenter, big tackle. Play on, says the umpire. Now another tackle's laid. They're looking to go forward now, Port District, any way possible. The big kick from about 50 starts wide and continues to go wide. Just one behind. The first behind of the day for either team.
Yeah, good tackle. I thought he could have been paid the free kick out the outer side. I don't know how he got rid of it, but Spock dodged a bullet after not getting the free kick. So, you're going to come down the wing here. There's going to be a few fry. Fergus Carruthers from the side. Haynes was up as well. That was Nick Haynes. He thumps the ball out of bounds in front of the Port District's club rooms here. The barbecue in full swing as always. It might be up for a whopper at half time. A good tap by Lysette to the running Carpenter. He couldn't quite grab it though. Handball by to Cesare, comes out to Vrodos. Vrodos forward, reading good position, couldn't quite take the mark. Does well though, but there's a lot of Port District's players around it. The errant handball comes out wide. It was Modestak down to Nick Haynes. Now ends in the hands of Sharrod. Doug Greig was involved as well. Batty's there, gets a little shove by Facey. Higgins is over there as well. That's, McGill, Nick McGill that was. Ed Colley's there. Facey wraps up a strong tackle, but he didn't have it. So a bit stiff there. The ball dropped out of Sharrod's hands. So he will take the free kick out of side. He's going to pump Port Districts back inside 50. Oh, big leap. Lysette over the back. Couldn't quite take it. He's wrapped up by 3 St. Peter's players. And there'll be a ball up. About 40 metres out from Port District's goal. They're doing the attacking now after early attacking from Saints. Gray's got it now. Spins around. Errant handball, Ed Colley's there. Bill Perio as well, and he'll take it out of bounds, and there'll be a throw-in, out of side, about 70 metres out from Port District's goal.
2-1-13 plays 1-0-6 so far in this first quarter here at Logs Reserve. Round 18. Thanks to Dartfish here today, we're back underway with a boundary throw-in. Looking to get the inside 50, quick snap. Now it goes inside 50, but to no one in particular. There's a bit of work to do. Good quick kick towards Lysette. Can't get there, but it's going to go out in the full or last possession anyway. So it's going to be a throw. So going to bring it back in through the umpire. Bit of a dangerous position here for a stoppage deep inside the forward line of Port District.
Yes, look for Sammy Gray in these stoppages. He can be real dangerous.
Any quick snap from here could result in a goal. The ball comes in now. Lysette's still on the rock. Tapped down by Stuart Rattray again. There's got numbers back there. Allen's trying to pick it up. Does well to spin out trouble and handball, but to no one in particular, and is wrapped up quickly. It's going to be a repeat stoppage now, just on the other side of the 50 metre area. Same type of distance, about 25 metres out. Good tap by Lysette towards the boundary line. Can they keep it in? It's going to be out for a boundary throw in. So third stoppage in a row, this time inside the forward line. It's As you mentioned, a lot of small forwards around looking to get on the end of this one. Sam Gray does well to shake his defender. He's going to get to the end of this one. He does, picks up nicely. Handballs it wide to a teammate over the top of them though. And St. Peter's get a little bit lucky, just relieving the pressure with a high free kick. As it goes, not a good kick though, turns it over immediately to Carpeney. And now inside 50, it has to do a last ditch intercept mark there. By Allen, I believe.
Yeah, Skipper started well.
Always a handy player at Allen as they look to progress out of defence. Bit of a pack forming, push in the back. It's going to be another free kick on the way to St. Peter's. A few in a row now for George. One player inside the forward line for St. Peter's, which is Reid. Other than that, everyone's between the arcs. They're going to go long down the line now. Good kick to a target this time, but still spoiled from behind by Port District, not letting him get any marks on the wing, which is a crucial way to score for a lot of teams. Lockwood does well to get involved. He's wrapped up for a stoppage. Jordan Lockwood there, number 17, getting involved in the ruck after collecting the ball himself. Trying to progress it out. It's going to be another stoppage now. So just on the far wing, a few stoppages in a row here as we look to build on this first quarter.
So rucks go at it. Lockwood gets a little tap down. Jack Gaffney was there. Now hurry kick by Malachi Carruthers inside 50. Stuart Rattray just gets edged out of it. Will Montgomery was there. He's wrapped up in a strong tackle. And there'll be a ball up about 40 metres out in front of the cricket nets or tennis courts over there. So big tap, Stuart Rattray over the top to George. Good hands. Hurry kick forward, Reid's there. Oh, got in good position, but he's socking it off the ground. Couldn't take the mark, but the ball fell down near his feet on the goal line there, and he's socketed it through. So Johnny Reid gets his second, and Spock hit back after some dominance from Port Districts, and margin back to 1 point in favour of Port Districts.
Yeah, correct. A little bit of a goal against the momentum there. All the play was in Port District's half for quite a few minutes, and then the first time they really attacked, just finding a way to goal. Was obviously maybe not the cleanest goal, but a goal is a goal, and just finding that kick, finding that soccer kick to get the lead, or to reduce the lead, I should say, back to 1 point is a good effort by them. Back in the middle now, Lysette versus Lockwood. Lysette does well to find Gray. And now the midfield trying to get to work. Allen says he'll do something about that though. Quick kick forward. Finding his teammate in Charlie Allen this time. From one brother to another into the forward line. The pressure is good by the attackers, just letting him, keeping him in this area, and it's going to be a stoppage. So well done by there. Could have easily just let them have a big kick out of defence, but instead put the pressure on, causes turnover, causes stoppage. And now St. Peter's looking for that quick stoppage goal. George in the ruck. Nearly finds his teammate. They're on hands and knees trying to get it out of there. George going back for more. And now spinning out of trouble is Rodos. Rodos with the kick. Long kick. Just to the left. It stays left. Nearly fell in advantage for Reid, but it is behind just to equal the scores here. 13 apiece in this first quarter. Haynes to bring the kick in. He goes long down the corridor, straight down the guts of the field towards Gray, who just couldn't take the mark, but does well to get second efforts to it. It's stolen from him just, and now they go wide. Again towards Charlie Allen. Could go inside 50 with this kick, instead decides just to chip it to Carruthers. He's got a few inside 50s on his own already this match. This time he does bring inside 50, about 3-on-1, and he's never really going to work, just over the head of Stuart Rattray, easily intercepted, and now Port District can build from that and try and progress out of defence.
So Hunter Carter gives a little chip over, centering ball. Now down the line comes Port Districts. Lyson's got a couple to beat. Did well, David Grant, he played well last week on a couple of good forwards from Glenonga. Handball comes out now to Broden Hawkins. Good mark, Louis Sharrett. About 50 metres out. Pretty acute angle, just looking inboard. Just going to chip it in short to Lysett. He marks just inside 50. Take a good kick from here, but obviously a lot of AFL experience. Big man, Scotty Lysett.
Premiership player.
Premiership player, correct. And Sharrod was calling for it in short, but he's going to go back and have a ping on goal.
3 goals last week, so definitely been in good goal scoring form.
And when he goes down forward, very hard to match up on. So when he comes, Scotty Lysett. Looks pretty good off the boot, but not coming back enough. Through for a minor score. So Port District's out back to a 1-point lead. Good game of footy here. Clark's reserves had no wind to speak about. Perfect conditions. And McGill's going to bring it back in. That's Nick McGill, the vice captain. Ball comes back into Malachi Carruthers, having plenty of it early in this game. And a great inclusion since coming from Sturt. We saw him out at Broadview, I think, when he played his first game and played very well that day.
Yes.
When he played for St. Peter. So ball cut off here now on the wing. McKay, short little kick to Gaffney. That's Cooper. He's going to have another short little kick. Some good leading out of side from Port Districts. Now they're going to go inside 50. Looking for big Scotty Lysett. He gets front position. Couldn't quite take the mark. Batty was in front. He couldn't get it. McGill, that was Nick. A short little handball. Good tackle. Higgins got a quick hurried kick. Joey Haynes, though, in the middle, patrolling well. We saw that last kick out of the goal square. When he kicked it, it went to the centre of the square. It was a huge kick. He's going to put it out in front. Oh, big leap by Lysett. Batty crumbs it well, front and centre. Snap on goal. James Batty, clever forward. He is, and he's got his first goal. We saw him in the midfield a little bit as well this quarter. And I think he may still even be in the midfield, but yeah, he's kicked a great goal. How many is that for the year?
So that's his 34th goal of the year. He's 4th on the tally, 6 off the top. So I thought that's another thing we'll have a eye on if he can kick enough goals to maybe reach the top of the division. But he's definitely in the top 5, I think, no matter what.
And Abe Davis has been climbing up there. He's been spending a fair bit of time up forward lately. Last week and the week before, he spent most of the game up forward. So how many is Abe Davis on?
I don't have it in front of me. I think it's 35.
Yeah, it might be around that.
36.
So we'll have a look at that after those just said. So
yeah,
back
for
in the
sure.
middle.
Top is Brody Latham.
That's
small
right.
Forward,
Yeah.
which is,
I think he kicked a few last week as well.
Yeah, for a small forward to be top of the goal scoring, he must be a pretty handy player, and he is for Teacher Gully for sure. But back to this game now, and progressing through George. Just couldn't take the mark, but does well with his second efforts. They love that about George. That kick, to no one in particular, but does well to get in front of his teammate there in Hamish Allen. Lockwood's helping Allen out. Could go back to Lockwood instead, chips it around his corner, looking for Charlie Allen. Them two have had a good partnership, of course, good chemistry, the brothers. Kicked it to each other a few times. But now the other way, go Port District, through Haynes again. Looking for Cockatoo Collins. Does well, spots the trajectory of that ball, sits under it, protects the space, and it's going to be Cockatoo Collins lining up from about 45. 12 goals this season. Interesting, they had 3 players on 12 goals going into this game. 1 14, 1 17, and then Batty out on 33 going into this game. So very evenly matched spread of goal scorers. I got them all down. Usually I only put top 2 or 3, but there were so many evenly matched goal scorers, had to include them all. And Cockatoo Collins now, one of those ones lining up. Kicks it nicely, looks on target, makes the distance over the fingertips of Lockwood, and that's his first for the afternoon. And Port District doing very well here just to get a few goals out in front in this first quarter.
Yeah, he just found some space there, Cockatoo Collins. He'll be disappointed with that, the Saints defenders, because he was all alone there, and kick came forward. He had about 10 metres on his opponent. Took the mark, kicked truly, so a little bit of breathing space here, out to a 2-goal lead or 13 points. The Saints will be looking to try and strike back here. So all single goal kickers so far for Port Districts, and Johnny Reid with the 2 for St. Peter's. So ball back in the middle. Higgins is there, wrapped up by Gray. Ball going nowhere. Lysett came in as well to lend a hand. So Stuart Rattray and Lysette. Lysette just thumps it out wide, but Colley's there. He's tackled hard by Sharrod. Bell Perio picks it up on the left foot, goes in forward. Diving there was Ferns. He couldn't take the mark. Higgins is there for St. Peter's. He's wrapped up in a good tackle by Sharrod. Sharrod's handball comes out wide here. Port District's player gets it forward. Oh, good mark. That was Doug Greig that got it. The kick forward and ball in Oliver Siney's hands. He's been a good goal kicker as well. So now Hunter Carter goes in long. Who's there out the back? The skipper, that was Edward Allen there. Picked up. Hurry kick forward, but that's out of bounds on the fall from Dinoff. So good pressure in defence by St. Peter's. As looks like James Higgins very sore as he's coming off the bench, being attended to by the runner. He's going to come off the ground for some attention, and De Cesare comes back onto the ground. So Bell Perio's got it. Not a lot happening up forward. You see Lockwood and Lysette there, side by side. Siney and Stuart Rattray as well. The ball comes out to those four, and Lockwood and Lysette remonstrating. They're into each other. So Lysette's going to get the free kick, and he just let Lockwood know about it. Lockwood didn't want a bar of it though. So Scotty Lysette now, he's going to pump the ball back in. He's had a good first quarter. He's going to go short. No. Gray was on the lead. Goes further looking for McKay. He flies. Ball in front. George there. Good handball out wide. Collie. Shanks it a bit. Oh, he's got to be a free kick there. Lost head out of position, and he just jumped front on contact, and Lockwood this time gets a bit of revenge. So he'll get free kick in front of us on the wing.
Interesting.
Can't be too long to go in this first quarter. It's been an entertaining one. George has got to fly over the top of Gaffney. Couldn't take the mark. Nash Haynes in front here, though. He gives a handball inside to Sharrod. Sharrod now waits to draw a player back to Haynes. Nash Haynes, nice little kick on the leg. Good footy by Port Districts. Ending in the hands of Alex Dinoff. 50 out. Acute angle as Big Geordie Lockwood has a spell. Alex Dinoff now. What can he do? Just inside 50. Pretty good kick off the boot. Looks really good. Great goal by Dinoff. So Port Districts get their fifth. And they've started to open up a little bit of a lead here. 19 points the margin. Closing in on quarter time.
Yeah, good kick there by Dinoff. Makes up for his out in the full earlier, so well done to him. And yeah, a bit of a interesting situation there. We'll keep an eye on those two things. One, Lysette and Lockwood having a bit of a go at each other. We'll keep an eye on that. They're going to be in the ruck, I'm sure, a lot going into the later games, later quarters, as well as James Higgins coming up off with a bit of a soreness. We'll keep an eye on that as well. He's in their best players 7 out of 17 times this year, so very
important player.
Important player, yeah, that's right. And he's they're going to miss him. We'll keep an eye on how he fares throughout the match. But back underway now, and a big kick towards the 50-metre line. Looking to progress out of there now. Finding Allen. Charlie Allen, he's been good. A lot of marks in that kind of half-forward range. Chips it forward now and finds his teammate in Carruthers. Going a long way back, so it looks like he's going to have a shot from here. He's going to have to kick it from outside the 50. Looking for a few options on, but he's very far away, so he needs to at least get forward before he kicks it to a teammate.
He kicked a great goal last week, the sealer against Glenunga.
Coming in now, he's confident with his kick, won't make the distance. Bit of a big pack forming. It's just going to be punched out for a rush behind. So good defence there just to take that 1 point. And it might be a boundary thrown actually. So just a bit more dangerous for the defence there of Port District. They have to deal with this one. Coming in now, Lysette finds Gray. The long kick down the line now just to clear out defence. Couldn't get to the end of it. It's going to be last possession rule going to Wave McGill, who can look to get a repeat inside 50 here. Might be worth one short kick first, thinking about it. is asked to play on, and now he just goes long down the line looking for a big mark. Lysette does well to play in front, and good intercept mark by him. Used his strength, took that mark nicely in front of Stuart Rattray. Chips it to Ford Greg, the vice captain. Not too much movement for him as the siren sounds for the first quarter time break. Interesting match on our hands here. 5-2, 32 plays 2-1, 13. St. Peter's kicking the first goal of the game. Since then has been mainly all Port District with their play and all their big players getting involved. Coxswain, Collins, Gray, Batty, Haynes and Dinoff with goals there. For St. Peter's, just the 2 goals, all both coming from Johnny Reid. We'll go to a quick break and we'll come back with the second quarter here, thanks to Dartfish.
that organised. See if we can get some scores around the grounds. Okay, so all and players back in the middle here. All's just about ready for the second quarter. It's an entertaining first quarter. Spot came out firing, but Port District's gained momentum later in the quarter. So the handy little 19-point lead. Up goes Lysett. Soccer out of the pack. Louis Sharrett picks it up. Nice little give to Cooper Gaffney on the left. Perfect kick out in front. They've used the ball well, Port Districts. Cockatoo Collins goes looking for Big Scotty Lysett. Running Nash Haynes now. He pumps it in long, looking for Carpenter. Coming across there was Siney. Facey's now got it. Edward Allen out wide. Dave Grant. He just launches a bit of a torp down the wing here. George is there. Everyone misjudges it. Ball spills over the back here. Picking it up was Sam Higgins, that was. De Cesare with the skipper Davison. They both have a little bump. Now Joey Haynes out wide. Fern slams it on the boot. And coming across Nash Haynes. He couldn't take the mark. Loses his footing. And Charlie Allen's wrapped up in a tackle. St. Peter's supporters call high, but umpire says, I'll throw this up just outside Saints 50. Looking to try and get an early goal here. Leading in the race there, doing well was Carter. Hunter. Ball spills out wide now, Lysett. He's busy early in this second quarter. Tries to do a 1-2 with Dinoff. Edward Allen's there, he's tackled without it. Soccer off the ground by Vrodos. Cockatoo Collins, he's wrapped up by Vrodos. Dave Grant's wrapped up. Players going everywhere. And now there's a free kick kicked out to Louis Sharrod. And the St. Peter's faithful are irate. You can see Guy Roberts with his arms in the air. Former president just shaking his head at the umpire in disbelief. But Louis Sharrod's got it. Bit going on in the crowd here. Big Lysett couldn't take the mark. Over the back was Edward Allen. Malachi Carruthers is there. He picks the ball up and scrums it forward, rugby style. He was wrapped up in a tackle by Jack Gaffney, and there'll be a ball up now. Just in front of us on the wing.
The ball now punched away by Stuart Rattray. Now the inside 50 comes. Just couldn't take the mark. It's going to be play on. Over the top is Belperio, who has to do a bit of effort to get it out of there. The pressure's on now, deep inside their defence. Belperio again kicked long, but intercepted by Port District. And now it's going to be ball back in through Port District. Centering kick to no one in particular. There was two St. Peter's there players, easily intercepted by them, and they're going to run it out of defence through McGill. Again, that kick to no one in particular, just towards the wing. The pressure's on now for both teams to try and get clean possession. Good hip and shoulder, Davidson involved. But it's going to go through now to Stuart Rattray. Goes and finds Hamish Allen. He chips it just a little bit sideways, so still not penetrating too much in terms of getting deep inside the defence. But they will now through McGill, who goes long. Big fly, couldn't get the mark, got his hands to it, but it's going to be kicked out and through Haynes over to Preston Cockatoo Collins now on the wing. Spins around quickly. Hard running by Haynes to find a bit of space. Instead, looks like he's going to go long instead, and he does go just a little bit longer. Nicely taken mark there to Deinhoff. Quickly looking around the grounds, first quarter time about 45-14, Broadview winning that one, so a big lead there, and Golden Grove just a 15-point lead or thereabouts against Teacher Gully, so still pretty even in that contest. Both those games are key to the relegation battle and could have an influence on St. Peter's as well as their own going forward and seeing if they survive in Division 1 football. Inside 50 now, kick towards the pocket, light set, big fly, just couldn't take the mark. It's going to be try and Rebounded now through Carruthers. Long kick. 2-on-1. Big fly. Just couldn't take the mark. And now Haynes is wrapped up for a throw-in boundary. The umpire will bowl it up, sorry.
I'm just seeing Nick Michaels there. He's being watched closely by Nash Haynes. He's doing a good job, Nash Haynes. Haynes, sorry. On him, he hasn't had much of the footy. Here's a contest between the two I spoke of. Haynes is there. De Cesaray's wrapped up by Haynes. Haynes drags that in. Got to be careful. Now Carter, short little kick. Only went about 12 metres. Now Allen's picked it up. He's wrapped up in a strong tackle. That was Hamish Allen. Rodos gets it. He runs and goes forward, but it's all Port District's. Joey Haynes chops that off well. Nice intercept mark, and out of side now. Port Districts are away. Matty Rose goes out wide. Put it on his head though for Carpeney. Did well though. Facey lost his footing. Carpeney goes in forward. Lysette's there, but he leaves it to Gray. He just held out his opponent Grant well, cleverly. Grant throws his hands up and says, I was blocked a little bit there, but it's pretty close to the contest, so I don't think there was much in it. Sammy Gray now. He's going to line up just inside 50. Kicked a goal from a similar distance in the first quarter. So pretty important first goal here. But he's back him here, Sammy Gray. He's looking to become the first multiple goal kicker for Port Districts. So when he comes, Sammy Gray looks beautiful off the boot. I was not going to quite make the distance and it faded a little bit. Nick McGill's there. They're trying to rush it through and they do well. Belperio in the end whacks it through for a minor score. So Spock dodge a bullet there. They really need this first sort of goal to keep in contact here. So the vice captain, Nick McGill, brings it back in. A nice kick to Malachi Carruthers. Swings on the left and just scoops it forward. Ball goes over the back. Cooper Gaffney leads in the race. Nice little left foot. Couldn't quite take the mark, Ferns, but does all right. Risky kick through the middle, though. Oh, well done by Allen. He trapped it well. Spock have a chance to go forward now through Edward Allen. He finds Lockie De Cesare, so dangerous kick inboard there by Port Districts. It was chopped off well by Hamish Allen. And in the end, Lockie De Cesare has marked 40 metres out, pretty much straight in front. So Spock have a chance to make Port Districts pay that last shot, and they can get the margin back to 14 points. So important kick here. As I've said, no breeze to speak of. So De Cesare, in he comes. Kick off the boot. Oh, it's just faded across the face of goal. Through for a minor score. So bad miss. They wanted that one, St. Peter's. Margin back to 19 points. We played just about 8 minutes in this second quarter.
Yeah, that goal would have been huge there and a crucial goal to get back into this one. But it wasn't to be. They had a good moment there. They could do more of that. And nicely cut off by De Cesare. Well done by him to get the intercept. Nice smother though too. On the player on the mark, just getting a hand to it. And now it's panic stations for St. Peter's as they try and stop the rebound and try and go forward in their own respect. The kick coming by Hamish Allen. He's been good. Looking for the mark there is Carruthers, but just couldn't take that one. Was Fergus Carruthers, and it's going to be out for a boundary throw-in inside the 50 metres of St. Peter's. Did well to Cesare just to get a little bit of a intercept mark, but the kick just smothered by the player on the mark. Could have easily been a dangerous inside 50. Instead, now they're going to have to do it through this stoppage. Trying to get some room to get the kick away. Wasn't to be. It's going to be a repeat throw-in now. Just on the 50 metre line for St. Peter's attack. Ferns in the rock against Stuart Rattray. It's going to be McGill now with a quick kick. George in the forward square just couldn't take the mark. He's done well again with his second efforts. He's been good with that all game, putting the pressure on. Davidson has to go backwards a little bit just to find a bit of room, and they go through Haynes, who doesn't stop running all game, finding himself in defence to help out. Chips it to Gray. and just a little bit of a pressure relieving mark there, uncontested mark, and through this they can try and build to go the other way. They have Cockatoo Collins all by himself on the wing. They didn't see him yet, so they've gone through towards the other wing now. A nice overlapping handball to kick the ball inside 50. Very professionally done in this occasion by Port District, just to find their way into the forward line. Wasn't to be this time, but still very nicely set up behind the ball to try and stop the progression of St. Peter's. It's going to be a free kick down the line. Just bumped him off the ball after the play. A little bit of a remonstration there, but the play continues, so they're going to have to break up that fight as the ball's going inside 50 St. Peter's. Long to the goal square. Reid just couldn't take the mark as a big punch came over, a big fist over the top. Going to be a rush behind. 1 point only being added to the scoreboard for Port District. 10.5 minutes played.
Yeah, Johnny Reid, he's had a couple of chances there, just got his hands still, hasn't quite clunked them. But yeah, there was a bit going on off the ball there. Free downfield, big Geordie Lockwood went over and had a little bit of a remonstration. He's still having a little push and shove with Mackay over there. So a couple of chances go begging for Spock. Ball comes in now. Oh, great strong mark by Charlie Allen. Really good mark. He's going to just give a short little kick to Michaels. So we haven't called his name much at all today, Nicky Michaels, but class player. How many goals he got in the year? 22 goals. I think he's played 12 or 13 games. Maybe this is his 13th, so he's missed a few games, but we know he's a very clever forward. And this is certainly not beyond him. Still going to take a real good effort. Only just inside 50. Kick from the boundary line. Kicks it across the face. Big pack. Well punched over the back by Liam Modestak. Ball didn't stay in though. Picked up by George. He's slung. Frodos kick smothered. Charlie Allen there. Wrapped up in a good tackle by Sam Gray. So Charlie Allen just saw him take a great mark in the thick of things. So a lot of players inside 50 here. George does well. Push Ferns out of the contest. His kick was smothered though. A bit of a throw there. And they've called deliberate. So didn't pay the throw, but deliberate was the call. And now Malachi Carruthers is going to have a shot. Pretty similar spot to where Nick Michaels just had a shot. Probably a little bit further in and a little bit more on an angle. So he's looking inboard. What's he going to do here? We know he's a class player. He's going to go for a checky. Pretty hard from that sort of distance for a check side kick. And always look to the near side. So minus score for Saints. So they're doing a bit of the attacking here, but not putting anything to show for it. So Nick Haynes brings the ball back in. This time he goes short to Rose. Former South Adelaide boys combining. Rose down the wing. Up goes Modestak again. Jack Gaffney was there, but ball spills to Mackay. He has a short little kick. Cockatoo Collins, he's been busy today. Out wide, running on well there was Dinoff. Dinoff has a bounce. Lockwood in pursuit. Dinoff goes to 30. Cross the face, and good mark by Dave Grant. Lysett not happy there. Wanted the ball out in front of him a bit. And Dave Grant kicks the ball to Malachi Carruthers. Covering the ground well to Johnny Vrodos. Higgins is back on the ground, which is good to see, running through the cricket pitch area. Johnny Vrodos, short little kick, nice one to Charlie Allen. He's going to get the ball moving. They did this well last week, off half back. Malachi Carruthers, big kick forward, leap by Johnny Reid. Has he taken it on the second grab? No. Picked up by Higgins, handball out to Edward Allen. He just shanks it forward. It's all Port Districts. Matty Rose to take the relieving mark.
They play on quickly towards the wing. Haynes does well. He's been busy as you expect. Chips it towards Dinoff. Still inside their defence. That kick not the best. Bit of work to do for Gray. Does well though. And through that he plays on maybe a little bit too fast, but does well to do the 1-2 with Gray. And now to go out wide the other way through Greg. Greg, the kick not the best, just struggles to stay in. It's going to be a last possession rule. Go on the way of Wilsden. Wilsden looking up the field, not too many options he likes. He just goes long to a pack. In front, but couldn't take the mark. And now Gray's involved again to Greg. Greg towards the last set. Can he take the mark here? Just bounces before him. He does well to play on. Gets the kick away. Gets tackled on the ball. Didn't to get rid of possession fairly enough, and it's going to be holding the ball. Could have been a goal-saving tackle there as he was having that big kick on goal, and it's going to be Port District now to bring it out in defence. They've had good attacking moments, as you mentioned, but only 3 behind this quarter, 3 in a row for them. And with that kick right where the scoreboard is, just turning the ball over in a dangerous position, not what he would have wanted.
Still no goals in this quarter, is that right? Yeah, it's 15 minutes in and no goals. This could change now as Big Scotty Lycett takes a mark.
Yeah, good call. Lycett with the ball now, about 40 metres out. Bit of an angle. You saw him kick a goal earlier. Oh no, he missed the one earlier from pretty much a similar position and similar angle, to be honest, just on the other side of the ground. So he's going to line up. He would have had a practice shot earlier and now is lining up for the first goal this quarter. You mentioned that. Yeah, pretty interesting stat, that one, especially considering the first quarter was quite a few goals in that one, but no goals yet as Lycett comes in now for the kick. Good kick off the boot, but again stays right and just goes for a minor score. So still no goals this quarter.
Yeah, Big Scotty Lycett just shanked that one a little bit, sliced it away. So yeah, 7 goals in the first quarter. It was pretty open, and it's been a bit of an arm wrestle. Both sides have had some opportunities. No one can get a major on the board. Nick Haynes couldn't quite take the mark. Oh, shoved in the back, surely. No, Umpos play on Higgins now. He's going to kick it straight to Cooper Gaffney. He's having a good game, Cooper Gaffney. Got a beautiful left foot kick. Oh, well read by Johnny Vrodos. Oh, could have nearly paid the mark. Charged through, didn't he, Johnny Vrodos? He was on a mission. So, game's on a bit of a knife's edge at the moment. Who's going to get this first goal of the second quarter? Louis Sharrod, third man out, taps it over, but Colley's there. He's wrapped up in a strong tackle by Jack Gaffney, and umpire's pinned him holding the ball. So Jack Gaffney now gives it to the running Nash Haynes. The Haynes boys waxing it over to Joey Haynes. Short little kick.
I think this first goal of this quarter is going to be very crucial.
No doubt, yeah. You can get within 2 or they can get out without 4 goals. So
Correct.
Haynes now, back in the middle to Doug Grieg. He goes out wide to Nash Haynes. They're working it well here. Oh, good ball there. Quick little give by Jack Gaffney to Grieg. Grieg goes in forward and Lycett's caught behind, so Dave Grant does well. And Lycett throws the arms up. Just get it over the back to me. Facey now. Deep in defence. Approaching around the 17, 18 minute mark. Short kick to McGill. There's a lot of little possession footy here. Goes to the middle. Good kick. Michaels has found a bit of space now. He's going to go out wide to the running Hamish Allen. He's held up by Cooper Gaffney. Stuart Rattray offers a lead. Ignores that. He's going to go longer. It's a wobbling kick though, and Davison chops it off, but he couldn't take the mark. Michaels is dispossessed. Higgins is there. Now Fergus Carruthers. Who can he find over the top there? Trying to pick the ball up. Was it Colley? I think it was. Now picked up by Carpeny, Sharrod, Cooper Gaffney, and he's going to go short. Oh, and a good mark. Oh, Carpeny couldn't take the mark. And now he's wrapped up in a strong tackle. St. Peter's crowd, raw ball, but didn't have a lot of prior. And he was sat on and ridden, but the pressure's just lifted this last few minutes. Lockwood, right to Cesare, wrapped up in a strong tackle, and there'll be a ball up around 60 metres out from St. Peter's goal as we approach 19-minute mark of this second quarter.
Still no goals in this quarter, as you mentioned. A bit of an arm wrestle, this one for sure. Both defences not wanting to concede the first goal. If Port District get it, it will go out to a 4-goal lead, and the opposite way for Port District to bring it back to only a 2-goal lead. Makes a big difference, this first goal. When will it come? Will it be this quarter even? Looking to bring it back in now, right in front of us here. Thanks to Dartfish The two ruckmen go at it. Lockwood using his strength to tap it down. Sharrod just couldn't get to the end of it. He tries again now through his teammates' help. To Cesare, to McGill, looking for Allen, Edward Allen. Tackled without it, yes, says the umpire, he agrees. It's going to be a free kick on the way of Ed Allen as he looks up the field. Making a run for it is Montgomery, looking for a bit of a lead. Instead he goes towards the wing and George. Over the top of him, towards short Rattray, and now he kicks it forward. Nicely taken mark in front. Held the front position, read the play well, and a good, almost like a slips catch there by Michaels, and he'll line up. We saw him have a shot earlier from similar, bit closer distance, and even but a very tighter angle than this one. So he's going to line up now for the first goal this quarter. He's going to have to kick it from about 50, touched off the boot in the spoiler from the man on the mark, and it's going to be play on now. Now the chaos ensues. Trying to look for a bit of room here. Fergus Carruthers, quick snap towards the goals. It's going to be punched through for a rush behind, so still no goals. 21 minutes played here in the first quarter. Still goalless for this second quarter as they bring out through Haynes. The more minutes pass without a goal, the more this next goal becomes crucial, and the tension building towards that moment. Good away crowd here for St. Peter's, getting restless, wanting that goal. It's going to be a free kick coming back for Port District and coming back to Dinoff, who's been busy.
So Dinoff, half back. Who's going to take this game by the scruff of the neck and kick a goal or two here? And no one at the moment. Siney handles it out in front. Running onto it was Jack Gaffney. Nice little kick into Gray. Sammy Gray marks on the 50. He's going to hold it up here. So a lot of players flooding back. Don't know whether he's got it in him. He thinks he may have it in him. He's going to kick from 55 in front of the scoreboard. $17-point margin here. So Sammy Gray now he waits for a lead. Nice kick out in front of Cockatoo Collins. So he was patient there, just waited for the right option, and beautiful user of the ball, Sammy Gray hits the leading Cockatoo Collins. Tight angle though, on the boundary, about 35, 40 metres out. Johnny Rodos coming back on the ground, replacing Ed Colley. So can Cockatoo Collins register a major? It's going to go across the face of goal. Flying over the back was Siney. It's Oliver. And through for a minor score. So how many has Oliver Siney got? Have you got goals for him for the year?
I don't think he's played too much, but he got two goals last week.
2 goals last week, yeah. He's kicked a few, but...
the best last week in the top 3.
Thanks, Jad. So the ball's brought back in. Short little kick. Long down the line now. Oh, great grab. Joey Haynes. Really good contested mark there. 1-on-1. It was with Will Montgomery, and good mark for Joey Haynes. So in front of the scoreboard now, they're going to go back inside 50. Well read by Charlie Allen. Just came in front of Dinoff there. Blocked the lane, and ball will be thrown in. So 23 and a half minutes gone. I wouldn't think there'd be a lot of time on here because no goals scored. On your fair few stoppages, Stuart Rattray thumps it towards the boundary line. Sammy Gray, little left handball, misses the target. In Jack Gaffney, picked up by Charlie Allen. Now Nick McGill. Over to Higgins. He's wrapped up. No, he breaks the tackle in the end. And there's the siren, as we said. Had to be a short quarter. No goals scored. So 3 goals even the margin. 5-5 to 2-5. So the goal kick is obviously exactly the same as quarter time. All singles for Port Districts. Sam Gray, Joey Haynes, Preston Cockatoo Collins, James Batty and Alex Dinoff. And for Spock, Johnny Reid just with the 2 majors. So intriguing second quarter, real arm wrestle. St. Peter's had a fair few shots on goal as well, and just couldn't register a major. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting second half.
Just quickly looking around the grounds, it's 10-6, 66 plays 4-4, 28. Broadview winning that one, so they're definitely going a long way of trying to secure that.
Both coaches not there next year. I think both Backwell and Matty Burgess
so both
won't be there next year.
Could be an interesting one. And for the other game there, it's Teacher Gully losing, but only by about 20 points. So still trying to keep their season or their career alive in Div 1 footy. So we'll come back after these breaks. Thanks to Dartfish with the second half here at Largs Bay Reserve. Thanks to Dartfish. Welcome back to the second half here at Port District versus St. Peter's. Interesting game on our hands. Goalless second quarter, if you believe, after 7 goals in the first. Thanks to Darfish and Archie's for bringing us this match today. Of course, the best player today will get the Archie thongs, the best prize in footy. We keep talking about around the grounds. We'll quickly have a look at that. Broadview winning by 37 points over Brighton, and Golden Grove beating Teachable by 28 points. That was both half-time scores, so try and keep you up to date as we are back underway here. Lyset taking the ball out the ruck immediately, and it's going to be the midfield getting to work now. A bit of congestion early. It's going to be a repeat stoppage in the middle of the ground here. Good crowd building, and a very good away crowd as well. So they've been vocal and they've been loud and travelled down to Largs Bay Reserve to watch their team hopefully survive in Division 1. Holding the ball, McGill with a very nice tackle there, gets rewarded for it, and he's going to try and progress his team now. Goes out wide towards Belperio, and now again towards Colley. Colley's cut off by Gaffney, so it's going to come the other way now through Gray. Nicely called and good communication from Dwyer, who just tells his teammate to leave it, and he got it. Now to Sharrod, who goes long. No mark taken there. Good punch over the back. It's going to be a stoppage now deep inside the forward line of Port District. Right in front of the cricket nets, as well as there's basketball hoop, tennis, good sports complex down here at Largs Bay Reserve. As they look to get back underway with this throw. McKay in the ruck does well to tap it down. Looking for a bit of room for a quick snap. It comes now. Looking to find a mark now as it's a bit off target, but cut off there by Grant. He's been good in defence and progresses it quickly, but that kick not very good at all. It's going to be turned over.
Yeah, Matty Rose, I reckon, come in there and just got taken high.
Yeah, he was about to intercept Marco with no one really around him. Coming in late just to try and do anything to stop him. A little bit too eager to do that and gives away the free kick. It's going to be Rose, as you mentioned now, lining up for his first and to kick the first goal since the first quarter, if you'd believe it. He's going to have to kick it from about 50, about 45 actually. Coming in now. Good strong kick. Starts wide, continues that way. It's going to be a stoppage. So 1 point added. 36 plays 17 as we go into the next early proportions of this quarter.
Who's going to score a goal here? It's been since the first quarter. We haven't seen one yet. Haynes flies. He crashed the pack. Good spoil, but he's slow to get to his feet. Now, Allen goes forward there. Stuart Rattray's there with Lyset. Good battle. Captain there, Davison, picks it up. Handball out to Haynes. Nash Haynes, wrapped up by Michaels. But he got his handball out wide to Jack Gaffney. Good intercepting mark by Rodos. Chips in short to Charlie Allen. Ed Colley's calling for it out wide. But he goes shorter, option to Tom Facey. He's got a big kick. He punts it forward. In good position and taking a good mark was Higgins. One-on-one with Cooper Gaffney. Used the body well. He's just going to chip it in short.
Smart.
Yeah, clever little kick. And it's in good hands. Malachi Carruthers is going to have a shot just inside 50. So can he be the one to get this goal that we're all been wanting?
The crowd will erupt.
Yes. As you said, as we both keep saying, it's going to be a very important first goal. So in comes Malachi Carruthers. Big run up. Goes out to the right a little bit. Good connection. Has it got the carry? Yes, it has. He likes it. Spot crowd are up and about. There's a few jumping with the scarves on here in the crowd. The flags are waving. So great to see some good support out here for St. Peter's. And finally, we have a goal, and Malachi Carruthers, former Sturt player, pumps one from just inside 50, and they get within a couple of goals here, so anyone's game still. Back in the middle.
Massive goal, yeah. We've been waiting for it, and we knew whoever kicks that goal would definitely go a long way to determine the outcome of this match, and it was St. Peter's, a much needed one at that. 11 points the margin now. Lysette trying to take it out the ruck, does well with second efforts to get the handball out to the midfielders who go long now, along the floor, just trying to get it inside 50, cut off by St. Peter's, is going to be wrapped up, a stoppage right on the boundary line there in the forward half for Port Districts. Looking to get it through now, looking to get it over the top with a handball, Gray. And now the kick comes. Will he score? There's no one in the goal square. Starts wide. It's going to be out for a last possession rule. No score added to the scoreboard. And going to be brought back in through Facey. Not too much movement for him down the wing, so just has to go long towards Higgins, but doesn't quite make that far of a distance, so it's going to be play on. And now Port District go the other way, looking for this check side, just a little bit too skinny, so another behind. The behinds are racking up here for Port District. That's their 6th of the game. It's going to be 5 goals and 6 behinds for them. Quickly taken out, Lysette intercepts it on the edge of the 50. He's going to get a repeat inside 50 now. Chips it nicely towards Sharrod, who gets paid the mark, and now he'll line up for a goal.
Yeah, far too much space for Sharrod there. Someone of his quality just found a lot of space. He's going to chip it on. There's another one, far too much space. Sammy Gray. There's a bit of a miscommunication between some of the St. Peter's defenders.
Yeah, you're right, because Lysette got an easy mark on the edge of the 50, and then two easy chipped kicks.
Yeah. Far too much space inside the 50 there. And Facey's kick out wide was really to 3 Port District's players there as well, over the head of the Saints player. And now Sammy Gray, can he get this one back for Port Districts? When he comes, Sam Gray. Oh, he sliced it a bit. Through for a minor score, so another point to Port Districts. 5 goals, 7. So Saints off the hook here now. Beautiful kick in the middle to Chesray. The running Edward Allen now. He's going to pump it long. He just goes for a bit of a tour, but it's a wobbler over the back. George uses the body well. He can handle over the top to Reed. Reed's going to run in. Open goal. Coast to coast footy by Saints. Miss from Sammy Gray and some great movement. The Chesray was all loose in the middle and gave it to the running player, Edward Allen. Pumped it in forward. George used the body beautifully. Johnny Reid got out the back, handball over the top, and coast to coast. So, here they come. They've given a goal to Port Districts up on the board. Now they're changing it to St. Peter's. So, they get within 8 points now. 4-5 to 5-7. We've got a real game on our hands here. Chad?
3rd goal for Johnny Reid as well. So, he's been very good up forward, very dangerous. About 8 minutes played, maybe a little bit more. So, interesting first start of this 3rd quarter, I should say. A few goals in it, and it's really put St. Peter's getting back into this one. McGill finds his teammate in Bill Perrio. He's been good in this quarter so far. Big punch, but goes the opposite way. There's still a bit of work to do for the defence. Good pressure there by St. Peter's, wrapping them up, wanting hold the ball. Play on, says the umpire. It's still in a dangerous position. They just got to find a little bit of space here, and eventually the umpire does come in and say he'll sort it out. So, gonna throw it up right in the pocket there.
Yeah, the pressure's really lifted. Saints are on there, aren't they? They're just trying to forward pressure, keep it in.
George in the ruck, takes it out the ruck. Now finds a little bit of room for the handball. Looking for the snap. De Cesare. He likes it. Beautifully done by De Cesare. Brings the margin down. And well done there to George. Shout out to him for taking out the ruck nicely. As a forward half ruckman, that's the best he could do, and he done very well to find his teammate, De Cesare, with a beautiful finish.
And there's Spock fans hugging and cuddling. The flags are up. They're up and about. 3 in a row for St. Peter's. What a game we've got on our hands now. Margin 2 points.
Some work to do for Josh Ramsey. He's going to be looking to send his runners out, fix something, because 3 goals in a row. They're looking a little bit in trouble here, and St. Peter's desperate to find a way to survive in this league. It's been running hot.
We're out of the middle. Carter gets it forward. Facey in front, does well. in front of Batty. So Tommy Facey, short little kick to Belperio. He swings around, wants to keep it moving. Nick McGill sees brother Benny not playing. He's down on the boundary line, running some water. Good to see. Higgins there, used the body well, couldn't take it. Running through Charlie Allen. It's all St. Peter's here. Carruthers, Malachy. 1-2, and a beautiful kick in forward. Champagne football. Nick Michaels, he nearly wanted to give it on to Ed Colley. Just settle down, boys. So great play through the middle. I saw this last week when I saw them play Glenunga. They had some real good moments of moving the ball from one end to another. And Nick Michaels has a chance now to put St. Peter's in front, would you believe? So should kick this goal. A little bit of a breeze has just picked up. 35 metres out. In comes Michaels. He likes it. He's got it. Nick Michaels. St. Peter's hit the front. 4 goals in about 5 minutes. 6-5. 41. They are 4 points ahead of Port District's 5-7, 37. Port District's ringing a few changes here. Haynes coming on for Ferns. And we saw Sammy Gray in that last centre contest have a go at the umpire. I thought he was being held and he was remonstrating. So it's getting a bit frustrated here, Port District's, and Saints taking full toll.
Yeah, good call. And the midfield group of the Port District just huddling a little bit longer than St. Peter's, wanting to have a bit of a chat, trying to sort out that midfield group. They put Lysette in the middle now, and here's Gray to make up for it. Touched off the boot with a nice smother. It's going to be Belperio. He's been busy. McGill has also been good this quarter. Sells the candy a little bit, and then that kick just a little bit to no one in particular, and Collins does well to gather it and find Gray. The crowd loving that bit of skill from McGill. Didn't mean to rhyme there, but that works. And Cockatoo Collins now.
McGill. Big balk, wasn't it? Sold some candy.
Preston Cockatoo Collins now in the pocket. Play on. Looking for the centering kick to no one in particular. It's going to roll out for a last possession rule. Probably had a bit more time than he thought there. Could have centered it to someone maybe in particular instead of just randomly kicking it towards the danger zone. But it's going to be St. Peter's now to bring it out from their defence. We saw a rebound goal earlier, so they're definitely confident when it's in this situation. Long kick towards Lockwood, but in front is Lysette with a nice intercept mark. Lockwood done well just to hold him up and not give away the 25, so he done well just to let Lysette settle, and that way they can get their defence back. He goes forward now, just to a good position. It's going to be De Cesare helping out in defence. Still the pressure's on. That kick just up in the air. Good luck marking that one. Nearly does, but it's going to be play on in the pocket. Trying to find a little bit of room up Port District. Gets rid of it eventually, and now McGill puts his body on the line like always. It's going to be St. Peter's now bringing it out of defence through Allen. Edward Allen. Silky play by him. Looking to go forward. Reed helping out, running a long way from home as he spins around and looks for his options. McGill's asking for it short. Instead he goes long towards the 50-metre line, but Sharrod cuts it off nicely and plays on immediately. Risky play there when you mark it in defence, and really turned it over because of that. De Cesare now looking to bring it out, and it's going to be a free kick for off the ball, just hitting him before he even got possession. It's going to be free kick for St. Peter's. 37 plays 41, the visitors are in front.
Yeah, great run, chased down, tackle by Nick Michaels there. That's what you love from a forward. Louis Sharrod, it's a good intercept mark, but good pressure from Nick Michaels. Oh, De Cesare's kick smothered. Well done, Cooper Gaffney. A lot of St. Peter's players over there, but Dwyer's got it. He swings around, puts it out in front of Dinoff. A good kick. He can run onto it. Allen's wearing him well, though. Interesting ball. Sammy Gray, though, what can he do? Swings around one. Gives a handball back. Cooper Gaffney on the right foot. Dwyer it was, sorry, on the right foot. Has a snap at goal. Through for a minor score, so Port District's dealing in behinds only, and they need a goal here. 5 goals 8, trailing St. Peter's 6 goals 5.
They still haven't got a goal since the first quarter.
Correct, 5 in the first. So Saints defence have been doing a very good job. So McGill playing a good game, Nick McGill. Montgomery's calling for it. McGill, though, is going to go through the middle. What a bad kick. Risky, but just couldn't run onto it. But that's the way they're playing at the moment. They're just trying to go through the corridor. Sharrod, hurry kick. Belperio there, gets a bad bounce, dying off. Now Rodos. Shrugs one or two, but he's in trouble. Got a handball out. Facey, hurried handball. Out wide now. Sammy Gray's there. Picked up, though, by St. Peter's Grant now. He's going to steady it to Belperio. And Belperio now in the flashy blue boots. Just slowing it down here. It's all been a bit frantic. Dave Grant. A good cricketer from Kensington. Played for South Australia as well. Kick. Just misses the target. And last possession. So a bit of a turnover, dying off. What can he do now? He's going to give it back to Haynes. Nick Haynes, he pumps it in long. His kick's partly smothered. Edward Allen comes across, bounces off his chest and out of bounds. Deep in Port District's forward pocket. Desperately in need of a goal here. St. Peter's looking to cause two big upsets in a row. A lot of players around the pack. Big tackle. St. Peter's all back there in defence now. Belperio has a bounce. Gives a handball to Malachi Carruthers. He balks around one. Gives a handball now. Over to, that was Sam Higgins. Hurry kick forward, but it's all Port Districts back here. Taking the mark, Louis Sharrod. He's saying, let's just slow it down. Ball back into Haynes. Nick Haynes. Being good today. Back to Sharrod. Just trying to steady it down here. Bit of experience. Sharrod, short little kick to the vice captain, Greig. So Saints have held him up well here. Greig, short kick. Back to Haynes. Nick Haynes racking up possessions. So Saints have got the ground covered well here. Set up well. Greig now. They're going nowhere. Still on their half-back line. Sharrod. Now he's going to go through the middle. Davison, the skipper, gets around Fergus Carruthers out wide to Cockatoo Collins. So can they get it moving now? Cockatoo Collins, short little one into Hawkins. Hawkins pumps it in long. Coming out wide there was Dwyer. Batty's there. What can he do? Cooper Gaffney. Dwyer, ball out of bounds, 40 metres out. Forward line, Port Districts.
Boundary throw in. Inside Port District's forward line. No goals since the first quarter. Still looking and searching for that one, but still no luck here. Gray tries to get his boot to it, but it's going to be play on. And now in the pocket, just couldn't get it free from Belperio. He's had a good quarter. It's going to be a stoppage again, this time even deeper than the one earlier. It's definitely a danger zone, a dangerous position for St. Peter's. So look to bring it in now. Lyset takes out the rock. Handballs it wide. Straight away the defence is onto him. Great tackle. Somehow finds a bit of room to get it out. Lyset decides he'll go at it himself. And a big kick. Again, just another behind. So still racking up the behinds. 5-9 now for Port District. And definitely something they'll be worried about coming finals time. Because they're going to be playing finals no matter what the result here. And definitely something they can fix up in front of goal if they want to go far into finals. They do well now in behind the ball is Port District, just to find the ball and get the possession once again. Not too much movement for him up the field, so just chips it toward the forward line, drops it. Pretty easy mark there, but instead it's going to be turned over, so bad luck for them and not very good either. So it's going to find Stuart Rattray on the wing. All the players streaming forward now because they did not expect that turnover there and looking for places he can go to. He decides to go long, bit of 2-on-2 situation, no mark taken straight away as soon as the player gets the possession, jumped on top of it. It's going to be a stoppage now just outside the 50 in front of the scoreboard thanks to Archie's. Of course the best player will get those Archie's songs today, the best prize in footy. Belperio for me has had a very strong third quarter. If they go on to win that one, he could definitely be in contention. We'll see how the rest of the game goes, and that kick cut off by Sharad. He's been good just running around and helping out wherever is needed. Quickly plays on towards Dwyer. Dwyer has a few options. Long down the line, no mark taken. And it's going to be George now with a long kick. Numbers in favour of Port Districts, but St. Peter's again, good pressure and do well to try and cause the turnover. They're going to find a way out the back through Port District, however, with a few handballs in a row to Sharad. And another nice kick by him, but just falls short, and it's going to be Allen now to McGill. McGill finding Carruthers, uses the ball well usually. This kick, no difference, just couldn't take the mark with that one hand, and now it's Reed. And now goes backwards to go forwards. Snap kick there, and it is Higgins. Samuel Higgins with that one in the pocket. Found just a tiny bit of room, and it was enough just to snap it round. And definitely one of the goals of the week. Thanks there to our sponsors, of course. Look on the show for that one. But a very nice goal to Samuel Higgins, his first for the afternoon, just extending that lead for St. Peter's.
Yeah, they're just stalling over half back. Sharon's had the ball in his hands a lot, but he just doesn't have a lot of options. And St. Peter's are setting up well behind the ball here and really making it hard for Port Districts to get it out from their half back line. And they got the ball turned over, just waited for some of their forwards to push down or some of their midfielders. So I think some are going back and helping in defence. And good build up, goal to Saints. So that's 5 in a row for them. Ball goes forward, Higgins in front. What can Port Districts do? Batty kicks it in front of Ferns. He collects. Errant handball. Cut by Rose. George is at him, but Rose gets around him well. Now Ferns going to put him inside 50, but kicks poor. And Nick Wilson takes the mark. Little kick to Nick McGill. Belperio's on. He's going to go that way. Ed Colley's on again. He's going to go over his head though. Stuart Rattray has a big leap. Good position, couldn't take it though. And there's going to be a ball up. Out of wing. So Port Districts being really challenged here. Lysett is in fringe. Stuart Rattray's going to get the free. He throws it hard at him. Nearly could have given away a penalty. There's Stuart Rattray now. Just slowing it down. Not a lot on forward. Very stagnant. Pumps it down the wing. Big long kick. Davison punches from behind. Picked up by Cockatoo Collins. Nash Haynes slams it forward. Facey does well. Tacks it. Batty thumps it forward. Ball out of bounds. Out of wing. 8-point margin to the visitors. They trailed by 3 goals. 18 points, yep, at half time. And they've turned that around to lead by 8 points. So throw in. Lysett, use the body well, quick little give. Carpenter couldn't take it. Colley's there. Could have been taken high, but...
Last week you were watching St. Peter's. They had a big third quarter as well, didn't they?
Yeah, they kept Glenunga goalless in that quarter. So they came out and kicked 4 themselves in pretty trying conditions.
They're liking the third quarters.
They certainly are. A little rev up from Coach Mick O'Leary at half time, and they've come out both third quarters the last 2 weeks. So Carpenter's got it now. He's got a chance. Sets up for goal. Finally, Port Districts are on the board. Since first quarter, Belperio in disgust slams the ball. And Kenneth Carpenter finally puts a major on the board for Port Districts, and they needed that one. So they get their 6th goal. Margin back to 2 points. And a great game of footy here out at Largs Reserve. Good crowd. Some good visiting supporters. And exciting game of footy.
Yeah, well called. And finally, Port District get that goal they've been searching for. Their first goal since the first quarter comes away of Carpenter. He was happy with that one. And 2 points to margin. St. Peter's will want to return the serve and get a goal back on that one. But Lysett, if he has anything to do with it, he will not let that happen with a quick clearance, taking out the ball from the ruck and getting a clearance himself. But the defence has held up nicely. Carruthers Fergus this time. finds his teammate.
Played a good game, Charlie Allen.
Allen.
Oh no, he's turned it over.
Bit of a commentator's curse there, as well as a crowd curse. The crowd wanted him to do well, instead he turned it over, and Batty also with a missed kick there, going to be out last possession. So unusual from Batty. He's been quiet so far.
It's a good chase by Charlie Allen after that error. Just put a little bit of pressure on him and caused the kick to go astray out of bounds.
Yeah, correct. Well spotted there, McGill. Allen never giving up on that one. Lysette with a big mark. Looking for an inside 50 here. Decides to go long to the danger zone. Big pack of players, no mark taken, and now looking for the quick snap away. The kick comes, however, from the defence, who just clear it only as far as Sharrod, who has been good off the half-back. He's pushed up the ground as well when needed and intercept that one. A good run there by his teammates in Ferns, but he's going to ignore him. Goes to a big pack over the top. Cockatoo Collins, no mark taken. It's going to roll around and roll out the back for a boundary throw and in a dangerous position. Deep inside the forward line here. Port District looking for 2 in a row. Trying to find a quick kick away. Again, the defence does well, even taking a bounce as they take it out of defence. That kick towards the wing. Takes a bounce at right angles and goes towards the boundary line. No one touched it. Is it going to be last possession? It is. So, smart play there by the Port District's player, not touching it. So, means they get the possession, and Haynes with a very nice kick, as you would expect, means it's going to be a shot at goal here.
Yeah, beautiful kick by Haynes, showing his class. Ferns, though, he's going to tough kick from this pocket.
About 40 metres out, for maybe 35 metres, but quite a tight angle. Looks confident though, hasn't really looked inbound much, so goes for the kick now. He does go for it, just falls short, and on the boundary line, punched over for a rush behind. Just the 1 point added and reduces that margin just a little bit.
Yeah, back to 2 points now. So Port District's just got a bit of momentum here. Nick McGill out wide. He's got a real loose player in Malachi Carruthers. Not much to go to after that, though, so he holds it up. Probably getting a little bit of advice from the Port District supporters over there. Short little kick into Charlie Allen. He's going to chip it around. They're just using it well here. Facey. So just happy to keep possession at the moment. So Facey down the line. Out of side, Sharrod again in front. Good spoil. Stuart Rattray. Carpeney out wide to Grieg. Grieg in board to Davison. Now Nick Haynes out wide to Matty Rose. South Adelaide boys, former South Adelaide boys combining. Matty Rose down the line. Sharrod against Ed Allen. Used the body well. Louis Sharrod had a very good game again in front of Simon wraps up in a strong tackle. Umpire circling it, says on the ball. You love it when the umpires, they just stop still and you know they're going to wind up and give a big double cross, holding the ball. And siren sounds, the runner was telling the boys just hold on to possession. So an enthralling third quarter here. As you mentioned, Jad, last week, Saints had a really good third. They've backed it up again this week. They kicked 5 goals to 1 that quarter. And taking a 2-point lead into this last quarter. So we are all set for an intriguing last quarter here. As we said, Spock looking to take down 2 of the big guns. Onunga last week they took down, and now Port Districts. All individual goal kickers still for Port, and Johnny Reid the only multiple goal kicker for Spock. So we'll be back after this break for an all exciting last quarter. Oh, God.
underway here at Largs Reserve for the fourth quarter here. Looking quickly around the grounds, we have Broadview over Brighton at three-quarter time, winning by 46 points. So Broadview look to sneak in and survive there unless something crazy happens. A big comeback comes and occurs. As for Golden Grove, they're winning over Teacher Golden by 41 points at three-quarter time. So looks like no matter what the result here, St. Peter's might be safe, but I'm sure they'll want to get the 4 points, get the 2 points, I should say, and get the win regardless, just to 100% secure that one. They won't know the scores out there, so good game underway here, and a big third quarter means they've got the lead as we look to progress forward now, underway for this fourth, thanks to Archie's. Over the top towards Sharad, played all over the pitch, but this time finds himself in the forward line, takes a nice mark, and he's going to look to try and score to bring the margin back. Nice mark by Lysette. Over the top of everyone, in a dangerous position, he takes a beautiful mark.
Yeah, big Scotty Lysette. So the scoreboard's been adjusted at three-quarter time. Was it 2 points we had down? In favour of St. Peter's, but it's all level up there at the moment. So Scotty Lysette, just comes in casually and pops it through. So Port Districts hit the front. They take the lead again. They've kicked the last 2 goals. And they strike a 1-goal lead, 7-11 to 7-5. And just listen to Coach Nico Leary at three-quarter time. He just wanted one last half an hour from the boys to finish the season off. Said, wouldn't it be good to take down 2 big scalps, give a bit of momentum into next season. They've certainly got some good players in their side, and they're just going to get better and better. I reckon they're one to look to in the future, in the next couple of years, St. Peter's. As Tommy Javor said during the week, that he reckons it's the best 10th place side when they were 10th that he's seen for a long time, didn't he? So
yeah.
Back in the middle, Port District strike first.
Just shows the evenness of this competition this year. It's been very, very tight down the bottom.
Certainly has. Back in the middle, Stuart Rattray jumps over the top. Ferns doing a little bit of work in the ruck now. Kick forward. In front was Higgins. Saw him come off early with a bit of an injury. Back on the ground. Out wide. Leading in the race though and taking a good mark back there was the skipper, Sean Davison. He's going to just chip it in short to Nick Haynes. Sorry, Joseph Haynes. So Joey Haynes. Goes down the line now. Charlie Allen does well, gets a hand in on it. Louis Sharad, probably been Port District's best, slings it on the boot. Dinoff's there with Preston Cockatoo Collins. Oh, big hit by Vrodos. He's made him earn that. That laid a couple of those big hits today, Johnny Vrodos. Ball punched out of bounds. And Cockatoo Collins took it well though, got up, shrugged it off, so well done. So Sammy Gray now and Johnny Vrodos at it. Having a little shove. Little push. Now, Stuart Rattray. Oh, he's hit and a solid hit. So all happening here. Gray throwing his body around. Stuart Rattray has not moved here. He's winded badly, I think. Front on contact, and there's a bit happening here. Gray's into it. The Chesapeake's into it as well. Hunter Carter's into him, and he's lying down to Chesapeake. It's all on here. Dinoff's in there. Body's going everywhere. Gray's ripping Charlie out and off. So I think St. Peter's going to come up with the ball here. Carter and DeChesray still at it. Sammy Higgins is in there. And Carter's seen yellow carded. And DeChesray giving it to him. It comes off. Oh, it's really, the heat has lifted here. So Malachi Carruthers has got the ball now. Port Districts want to be careful with that. Hate to have a suspension late in the season. We know Heffernan's been suspended as well. The ball down on the... So just try and regather our thoughts here. Ball down on the forward line for St. Peter's. So it's really fired up this game here. Some big hits going on.
A lot going on. Back underway.
Malachi Carruthers, he's ridden into the ground. He hasn't moved either. Sammy Gray's got him. Now he pulls him up. It is all happening here, so throw up, ball up. Ferns, a good little tap.
Oh.
Gray there. Could have taken one high. Ball goes in forward now. Nick Michaels is there. Joey Haynes picks it up. Ball comes to Collie. He's picked it up in a good tackle by Rose, though. Wraps him up. Ball going nowhere. I need a spell. Take over, Judd.
Well called, yeah, a lot going on there. Spot fires all over the place and arguments on and off the ball. We're back underway though, playing the footy. It's been rough since, so interesting to see if that stays on and if that continues going forward. But for now, it's a good mark by Facey. The crowd wanting the extra 25, but the umpire says it was at the same time, so just chips it to McGill. And just trying to take the heat out of this one a little bit is just chipping it around, keeping possession for a little bit at St. Peter's. We saw a few yellows flying, a few fights and a few arguments, so interesting game is heated up here. Hamish Allen with the ball, with the left foot, long high kick. Looking for a mark in defence or in the forward line. Nicely picked up. Good kick by Belperio. Just left and it's going to be a behind, but nicely picked up there. Oh, that was Vrodos, number 28.
Look very similar, like, don't they?
Yes.
I always pick up Belperio. He's got the bright blue boots.
Yeah.
He's over there.
138, 128 as well.
Yeah, very close.
It's going to be a kick in here coming through Haynes. Long kick now. Big pack of players. Vrodos again getting involved. Stuart Rattray smothered. Good to see he's up and about. And now it's going to be Carpentry towards Gray. Uses his body well. Nice footwork there towards Lysette. Does well with the 1-2. And now Gray in the pocket on the boundary line. Centres it nicely towards Batty and he takes a good mark. And Gray's giving it to the crowd, shushing him. He was happy to give it back to them after the juice he's been copping from them. And once he plays well, runs nicely, he gets
poking the bear, the crowd though.
Yes, and a good centering kick finds Batty, and a smart kick, despite him being a bit, in the moment now, a bit hot-headed. He did well just to calm down and find that pass. He could have easily tried to have a shot from there. He went for the miraculous instead. Found the top goal scorer in Batty with 33 goals incoming to this one. The kick comes along nicely, straight through the middle, and it's going to be the second for the game for Batty, the first player here to get multiple goals for Port District. 2 in a row.
Yeah, good goal. As you said, great composure by Sammy Gray.
Yeah, he could have easily...
could have tried something on the left foot there, couldn't he? On the left, he could have tried to dribble it through or kick the miraculous.
Especially with the crowd pushing him along, but...
just great composure. So Port District's now, a bit of breathing space, out by 11 points. Spock need to hit back here. Great game of footy out here at Largs Reserve. Perfect conditions, hardly any breeze. Nice mild conditions. So Stuart Rattray, Batty's in the middle now. He's wrapped up in a tackle. He's punching the ball in his arm, trying to look like he's getting rid of it, but umpire says ball up. Stuart Rattray and Ferns. Ferns gets a tap down. Cockatoo Collins swings it on Airy. Malachi Carruthers puts it in forward. George was there. He couldn't take the mark. Michaels. Ball picked up now by Michaels. He has one arm pinged. He just slams it on the boot though. Johnny Reid. 1-on-1. Couldn't pick it up. Davison's there. Now Sam Higgins, who we saw kick that great goal in the third quarter. He's wrapped up. So there'll be ball up, dangerous position, about 30 metres out, straight in front of Saints goal. Vrodos gets the ball out. Collie has a snap at goal. Oh, disappointed with that effort. Had a little bit more time than he thought. And slams it through for a minor score. Actually went out of bounds to Joey Haynes. He's going to be called to come back, I think. He had Batty on, but had to go back over the mark. So Joey Haynes, solid game again, good contributor. Been a great pick-up for Port Districts. There's not much going on, just play all pretty stagnant up forward. Ball goes there, great mark in front, Jack Gaffney. Siney offers a lead. It's ignored. He's going to go back to the middle or inside to Batty. He's going to turn back this way, Batty. Dinoff's on out wide. Closing Edward Allen. Good mark, Dinoff. Very good mark. So Port Districts here. Just getting on top. Don't write Saints off though. Ball goes in long. Oh, good mark, Sharrod. He hasn't paid it. Kick out to Charlie Allen now. Charlie Allen over to Edward Allen. Can we find another Allen? Let's give it over to bloody Hamish. Where's he? No, Malaki Carruthers has got it. Oh no. He's looking for Michaels. Just didn't quite have enough on the kick. Hawkins takes that out of bounds and there'll be a throw in St. Peter's forward line.
Just having a look at Facey off the ball, limping a little bit. We'll keep an eye on him as he looks a bit sore. He's lining up next to Gray at the moment, so they'll want to make sure that matchup's 100% ready to defend the dangerous Sammy Gray. But back underway now, looking for a quick snap or something. It's going to be wrapped up for a repeat stoppage. Still inside the forward line here for Port Districts. Looking to get the kick away, trying to get his arms free. The crowd thought he didn't dispose of it properly, but the umpire says play on. Just in front of Lockwood now, he gets a tap away. It's going to be a stoppage and a right in front of the St. Peter's bench here. Boundary throw in. Lockwood so far lining up for the ruck. Bit of room here for the midfielders to roam in. We'll see if they can get to the end of it. Lockwood tries to take it out of the ruck himself. Trying to get to the end of it is Rodos, who ends up soccer kicking it. The quick handball, nice to Allen. And now looking inboard towards Reid. Gets his hands out, nicely taken. Very nice mark by Reid. Once he sticks those hands out, it's very hard to defend, and he did just that. Beautiful mark by Johnny Reid, who already has 3 goals here this afternoon and lining up for his 4th.
Yeah, good work by Higgins. Just got his arms free, didn't he? So he could give that little quick give to Hamish Allen. Hamish Allen just put it on a platter for big Johnny Reid to try and kick his 4th.
Bit of an angle here, but not too far out. Goes with the check side. Starts skinny and never looked like going through. It's going to be just the 1 point added and the 10-point margin here as we progress into the second half of this last quarter. Haynes again brings it out of defence. He's been taking a lot of the kick-ins. Nearly fumbles the mark was Dwyer, but he does well just to quickly pass it back to Haynes. Long down the line, just couldn't take the mark, play on. Involved is Gaffney. And now a big tackle on McGill. Rodos again getting involved, the Adonis. It's going to be a wrapped up for a stoppage here. So interesting play. Only 10 points the margin. Port District might not know the results of the other games, but they could be safe despite losing. But of course they won't want to leave it to chance as they look to try and get the goal here through Lockwood. Snapped around by Higgins. Good to see him out there after his scare earlier in the match. He's a very important player for them. Just couldn't find a teammate, and now Haynes is running out towards Gray. Gray to Sharrod. And now Haynes has run hard to find some space. He does think about going there, but changes his mind, and now he's got an opponent on him. Play on, says the ump. The man on the mark runs towards him, and Sharrod has to do a bit of fancy footwork to get around him. Long down the line to no one in particular, nearly taken Facey. And now Ed Allen, the captain, does well, uses his strength to find Carruthers, Carruthers, and a long kick down the line by Rodos. Over the top of everyone, towards the boundary line, a bit of a foot race. Can they keep it in? Not quite.
They call last possession here, so Davison's off now. He gives a handball out wide. Might have stacked. Short little kick. Nice one. Finds Rose. So Manny Rose. Goes wider. A bit of a lull here. Long down the line. I think it was Grieg over there. Big punch. Saints need one soon. Gray has other ideas. Good kick through the middle. He's got a lot of space. And here's Sharrod. He's got even more space. They've got one over the top. Little overlap. Beautiful little left foot kick. Sharrod now licensed all alone. But coming across was Nick McGill. So Alex Dynoff will have a shot at goal. About just inside 50. And this will make it really hard for St. Peter's if he can put this one through. Saints kicked 2 points in a row. They really needed a goal, but Johnny Reid couldn't put it through before. So Dynoff always hooked that. Never looked likely off the boot. Through for a minor score. So Saints stay alive. 11 points the margin. What score have we got there, Judd? Golden Grove home over Gullies?
Yeah, so first Broadview 103 to 62.
Yep, so Broadies will stay up.
17 minutes played there, and Golden Grove 94 to 52, so about a 40-point margin there. 11 minutes played, so a little bit still time in that one, but 40 points of margin there. So Teacher Gully and Brighton look to be the ones going down as it stands at the moment.
Correct. So big Geordie Lockwood, little left hand tap, picked up by Jack Gaffney. He's been solid today. Sammy Gray also kicks forward on the lead. Big Sammy Mackay takes the mark. So Port Districts have another go at just about trying to ice this game. As Facey now, you spotted it before, Jad, he was looking sore and he's now bit the bullet coming off the ground very gingerly. So you'd say his day's just about done.
14 goals for the season is Mackay coming in now.
Yeah, he loves it off the boot. Could just about be it. Still a bit of time to go, but St. Peter's are going to have to kick 3 now. Margin 17 points. And Port Districts, they've stood up when they needed to in this last quarter. Johnny Brodos gives a bit of advice, trying to keep his troops up here.
Let's go!
Still some time in it.
Still say about 10 minutes to go, so definitely not completely over, but they'll need the next one for sure. So we see the little water boys running off the ground there for Fort Districts, very cute.
Getting
those little like dressing gowns on them, those little pink high visors on them. They're just getting down by their ankles. Yeah, they're having a great day though. So ball back in the middle. Lockwood, Ferns doing most of the rucking in this second half. Well done to Chesray. Good to see him back on the ground after a bit of a scuffle earlier. Handball missed the target. Now picked up. Charlie Allen gives it over to Ed Colley. He goes out wide. Port Districts have a 3-on-2. Now 3-on-3. Haynes does well. Joey Haynes. Long down the line. Good mark by Mackay. He's had a good couple of minutes. Well, Mackay goes in long now, looking for Lyson over his head. Grant does well. Picked up now by Dynoff. He's been pretty good. Siney has a little popper. Goal! Looks very good. And now you would think that will probably be it.
Very professional performance from Port District.
The big guns have stood up when counted, haven't they?
Exactly. Sitting third on the ladder. Couldn't move out of the position coming to this match, but very professional effort. Good work for them. Going into the finals, they'll be happy with the way this last quarter's gone. They were behind. They had to find ways to get back into it. They had a bit of a heated moment where they lost their cool for a bit, but then the class of some of their bigger players, as you mentioned, just getting back into this one and finding avenues to goal, which they struggled to earlier in the second quarter, especially. Even the third quarter, only kicking 1 goal in the second and third combined. So found avenues to goal now, and they now have that margin, which looks to be a winning one, and a few goals this quarter. That's going to be a few goals difference. I can't see how many goals they've got this quarter. There's some kids standing in the way.
It should be 9, I think. Yeah, because they're 17 points up.
So 3 goals this quarter.
Yeah, 3. There's 5 in the first, 3 in the last, and then only 1 in the middle 2 quarters. So it's been interesting.
Started and finished well, but underway here with Cesare Allen still getting involved. He's been busy all day. Now Carpenter does well to protect the space. Long kick. Lysets over the top, but nicely intercepted there by the defence and playing it out through Belperio. Kick in the middle of two of his teammates, so to no one in particular are now going out defence is Nash Haynes. Sharrod now using his pace, back to Haynes who's ran the whole way through the wing, gets around the player, looks to have the shot, gets wrapped up as he kicks it. It's going to be a free kick.
Has he paid a sling?
Yeah, sling tackle.
Unlucky.
Very unlucky. He was just trying to stop him kicking it.
Yeah, and he just was off balance when he kicked. He had a bit of pressure on him, but good running though from Nash Haynes, wasn't it? He was bursting through the wing here.
Bit of reward for effort for Nash Haynes. Started on the wing, got the ball back, tried to kick the miraculous, running around a few players in the defence, but in the end, it's rewarded with a free kick and Haynes lining up for his first of the afternoon. Seen him mostly in defence, half back, that kind of position, but done well to find a little bit of room up forward. Gets the kick now from about 40.
Looks good.
Kicks it truly and beautifully done. Didn't overkick it. The accuracy was there, and Nash Haynes with his first of the afternoon just bringing out that margin a little bit more, and it's going to be Port District running away with this one late.
Yes, now out nearly to 5 goals now, isn't it? So,
yeah, 5 goals.
Big margin. Third quarter from St. Peter's. It's just run out of gas a little bit here in the last quarter. But as we said, some good signs for them in the coming years, I'd say. It's certainly got some talent. One of those is the Ruckman Big Stewart Rattray.
They beat Glenunga, of course, last week. Everyone's talking about that one. They beat St. Peter's earlier in the year, so definitely against... they beat Port District.
Port District, sorry.
St. Peter's beat Port District earlier in the year, so definitely
they've got some
wins over the top teams, for sure.
No doubt. So the ball going forward again for Port Districts. Out wide, Siney. Will Montgomery's with him. Ball fields back to Siney. He has a right foot, check side. And right across the face of goal. So Nick McGill will bring this back in for St. Peter's. They've just got to bang it down the middle now. Try and kick 4 quick goals in 5 minutes like they did in that third quarter to Cesare. Good mark. Got to go. He does. Good kick to the middle. Rodos. Allen's on now. Hamish is on. Puts it out in front. Now there's going to be an overlap. Can he get it over the top? Hamish Allen, he's got to give it. Look out! Gone, holding the ball. Nick Michaels was on. He just had to get it over the top. He tried to do a bit too much. And well done by Cooper Gaffney. Wrapped him up in a tackle. Out to Grieg. Grieg out wide to Davison. Davison now to Dwyer. Dwyer on the wing. Has a bounce. George chases him. Dwyer, though, puts the Jets on, pumps it in for Gray. Oh, Sammy Gray drops the mark through his hands. What a beautiful spearing kick, as you said, Judd. So now St. Peter's repel. Out to Malachi Carruthers. Look out, young lad. Get off near the boundary line. Charlie Allen, Malachi Carruthers, both been 2 of St. Peter's better players. Sam Higgins, he chips it to Johnny Vrodos, but puts it on his head. Cooper Gaffney. Underground handball, clever to Nash Haynes. Haynes just chips it long. Oh, Liam Ferns! That's definitely a contender for the Bianco mark of the day. Write that one down, Liam Ferns. So right in front of us here, took a beauty in between 2 St. Peter's players. In front was Higgins. Lysett just couldn't quite take the mark. Lysett not happy. Oh, he swings an arm. Big Scotty Lysett, been a bit grumpy today. Him battles with George, gets a big thump forward. Sharrod takes it, short little chip, 1 metre kick to Jack Gaffney. He goes in forward, Batty, worn closely by McGill. Siney, he's having a good last quarter. Handballs over to Ferns. He's got a lot of pressure on him. There's 5 Saints players around it. And Edward Allen, he's not going to clear. He's going to kick it straight to Carter, who's back on the ground after his 10-minute spell. Him and De Cesare were going at it hard there for a while. So Hunter Carter, he's going to have a shot just outside 50 or pretend to have a shot and look for something on. Ferns is in short, but he's just going to pump it long. So, big kick to the top of the square. Leapers go up. Belperio's there. Handball's out to Collie. Collie now. Short kick, good kick. Leodonis Verotis. Johnny Verotis been good today. Laid some good hits. He's just waiting to draw Carter and then gets on the boot, and it's all Port District's back here. Good mark. Siney again. It's been everywhere this last quarter. Kick back to Carter. He drops what he should have taken. Dwyer picks it up. Handball's over the top. Dying off. Oh, good pressure by St. Peter's. Allen, hurry kick. Well done. Collie. Now, can they get something going? Malachi Carruthers. De Cesare. Through the middle. Sam Higgins. Couldn't take the mark. It's a bad bounce. Carpenty's there. And he's going to bring it back with a nice kick to Sharrod. Sharrod, they've just left him alone all day. He has knocked up, getting kicks. McKay couldn't take the mark. Picks it up. Carpenty. Can Lycett put some icing on the cake? Gives it back to Sharrod. He's pushed in the back. No free kick. Grant. He puts it back. Nick Michaels has got 3 or 4 to beat. Punched out wide. Hawkins now to Davison. And Davison's going to go wide out to Gaffney, I think it might be. No, it is Carter.
Carter back involved, as you mentioned. Now the long kick. Finds his target nice. Looking to find Lycett in front. Takes a nice mark. Good lead by him. Takes a mark and lining up for his second. 10 different goal scorers for Port District. They've kicked 11 goals, so only the one having the multiple goals. And yeah, it really sums up their goal kicking this season. They've had a lot of different options. This time Lycett, though, chips it forward, takes a nice mark, and it's going to be Sharrod.
Yep, sure is Louis Sharrod. This goal probably just about wraps the Archies up for Sharrod. I think he's been a pretty good player, hasn't he? I gave the Archies to him the other day. I think he's got a fair few this year. Yes. But he has been tirelessly working hard back in defence and forward, hasn't he? So
yeah, doesn't stop running.
Great.
Has a really good engine, helps out in defence when needed. Next minute pops up in the forward line and now can get rewarded with a goal if he kicks this one truly after the siren as well, just to add to the pressure as Port District send off the home and away season with this kick. Not to be a goal on this occasion, but he won't mind too much. A comprehensive win here by Port District. 11-13, 79 plays 7-7, 49. Port District are into the finals, sitting in third spot. They'll get a home final, or they might get a home final depending on if they can win the first few games or how that works. But through to the finals for Port District, a very professional performance here today. They were in trouble for a while. In the end, ended up finding a way to win. Just looking quickly around the grounds, Broadview have won 105-69 over the Brighton Bombers, and Tea Tree Gully still with a few minutes left, 106-65. Very similar scorelines for both of those games. That wraps up the season for them. They'll get relegated, so Brighton Bombers and Tea Tree Gully, commiserations to them. On the other hand, St. Peter's have been decent all year. They've got a few big scalps, as we mentioned. They found a way to win last week, which was huge. This week, just couldn't get the chocolates, but still survive in Div 1. They'll build from this season for sure. I know all the good work goes on at St. Peter's, and yeah, we'll progress to next year.
Yeah, no, it's going to be exciting first week of finals. So Glenunga will have the week off, and Port Districts will head out to Sacred Heart to play the Shock boys, who have been beaten both times by Port Districts this year. I saw them out here have a good contest with Port Districts, but Port Districts were too strong, and earlier in the season Port Districts were far too good against Sacred Heart. But that's going to be a real good contest, and then we're going to have Golden Grove and Paynham. So you think, I don't know the score of Glenunga, but you think it may be at Golden Grove even if Glenunga have got the job done against Paynham, which they were looking like doing so. Yeah, they have. So it looks like the Paynham boys will have to go out to Golden Grove. They beat them actually earlier in the year out at Harper's Field. So it's going to be a real interesting first round of finals. And as you said today, St. Peter's, they came hard today. They really gave it a good crack, and that third quarter was a great quarter. They hit the front and gave it their all, but just ran out of a bit of steam. There were some sore bodies in that last quarter, and Port District's big guns stood up, and they got the job done in the end. So Yeah, it's been a great day for your better players for St. Peter's today, Jad. Who did you think there?
Yeah, for St. Peter's, I really liked Belperio. He was good. To be honest, all the Allen boys were good.
Yeah, true.
Especially
True.
Charlie Allen. I liked his game with the long sleeves. He was good. Carruthers, Malachi
He always
Carruthers.
plays well, doesn't he?
Yeah, I gave him the best players before as well. He's had a good season. De Cesare tried hard at times. Higgins, after coming off sore, played well after he came back on. So a few good performances for them. And for Port District, just looking quickly at them, only one multiple goal scorer in Batty. Who was
I reckon Preston Cockatoo Collins had some good moments. Sammy Gray was good as always. Batty popped up with a couple. Matty Rose was good. Louis Sharrett, obviously, yeah, he's close to best on ground. Scotty Lycett was still a good figure for them. I thought Dynoff had some good moments. Jack Gaffney played a good game, and Joey Haynes as well. He's back in defence. He got plenty of it as well. But yeah, lots of good players for both sides, and a real good game of footy on a beautiful day today. Weather, no breeze. It was a great game of footy, and as we see, Port District's coming off the ground, clapping their supporters. So it's they're going to be going into this week's final pretty confident against Sacred Heart, and whoever wins that will have a crack at Glenunga the week after. So some exciting stuff ahead in the coming weeks.
Yeah, well said. And of course, all the finals of Div 1 live streamed thanks to Archie's and Dartfish and all our wonderful sponsors on the Filming Footy YouTube channel. So tell your friends or get down to the games if you can, and if you can't, we'll be here live streaming with commentary all the final series. Thanks again to Archie's for providing the thongs for the best players. We'll go and have a chat with them in a second. We'll see who that will be, but thanks for watching, and have a good evening.